It's so sad. It's so sad to hear all this going on here. I thought it was only on the reservation that we have all this calamity. It seems it's hard to hear and understand that all this is happening out here also. On the Navajo reservation, we go through this also. We have a lot of our former uranium industry workers dying off without seeing their money. We have a lot of widows, children dying off without seeing any type of compensation. We have a lot of abandoned mines still out there. We're talking about super funds that are not being utilized to close those uranium mines, those abandoned mines. And then a lot of the former uranium industry workers that are still living, which is very few, that are in their 90s now, are asking, why do we not get the full amount of compensation instead of getting it in Part E every 2 years? That's on the impairment evaluation for the EOPA program.
Thank you. Anybody want to comment?
Look, she's not commenting. They're sort of expecting her
Yes,
to.
ma'am.
No. Ironic it was
its meetings. My name
Listen
is
to
Mary.
this lady. This is why
I
had to
border
rewind this again.
Coldwater Creek, and I have late stage 4 lung cancer. I've never smoked. I want to be tracked. 2 things. I would like to be listed as a casualty of World War II. And 2, no matter where I would relocate in this country, I want to be listed as a death for the state of Missouri. If they would allow me to have some money and I could live close to my daughter in Edwardsville, Illinois, and I would happen to die in her home, I'll get listed as a cancer death in the state of Illinois. I don't want that. I want to be listed as a cancer death caused by living in Hazelwood, Missouri, last house on Alma Drive next to Coldwater Creek. So, you know, when you talk about this is going to take time, the next flowers my husband's most likely going to see, it's going to be a bouquet like that next to my urn. It could be in the next 3 weeks. It could maybe give me a couple more years. Last point, I'm on a new cancer drug to try to give me time. I'll never see a cure. They've already told me that I had the worst diagnosis with the worst prognosis. My drug cost $13,000 a month for 30 pills. That is $156,000 a year to keep me alive. You think my federal government is going to want to acknowledge and have to maybe take responsibility? And that's just my main drug. Then you got all my opioids and all my other things. If you watch me tonight, I'm writhing in pain. I'm about an 8 out of a 10 right now. And as soon as I say the end of this, I want to get out of here. I'm in pain. My children have shown signs of having debilitating illnesses. And we just lost our second grandchild about a week and a half ago. There's a lot of issues here, and we don't have time. My life matters. I was 2 days away from becoming a nurse, and I've never gotten to be by the side of a bed to take care of a patient. How many of us are being pulled out of the workforce that have gifts that we've never been able to give to our fellow man? It angers me. And I feel like the only thing I did wrong was I was an at-home mom for many, many years at the end of the street, last house on the left, and I was an American citizen living next to radioactive waste. And now I'm going to die a very painful death, possibly, from it. It is wrong.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, stand up. But are you guys going to really demand action? Things take time. We need to not have it take time.
Okay.
I love chemistry, Howard. I was a late life student, and I fell in love with the periodic table. I just wanted to ever know that I was going to become this.
subject matter. Nobody's ever died before. They won't tell me what it's going to feel like.
Is there any national media here?
No, of
She needs
course
to go on
not.
national television. Because if she... Mary is a symbol of what we've been talking about today and what I talked about as a doctor. She epitomises what we're dealing with. And she has to go on all the television shows. Is there anyone who's got any contact with the national media?
No. I don't have that. I wish. No, I'm afraid not. But what's your name? I'm sorry. What's your name? Mary Osco. Ladies and gentlemen, what an inspiration for us, and a tragedy and an inspiration. And we wish you the best. Thank you, Mary.
One of the things I'd like to add is